Are we all set?
Ooh, wow.
How
Got
you doing?
scolded.
No Smithfield Town Council meeting, August 18, 2025. Madam Clerk, can you sign us with prayer and pledge, please?
Thank you for bringing us together today in a spirit of generosity. May we honor one another by keeping an open mind. May we voice our truth and listen with an open heart. May we discern your will to unite in a fruitful outcome. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Biragad.
Here.
Mr. Christofaro.
Here.
Mrs. O'Hara. Here. Mr. Punchak.
Here.
Ms. Alves.
Here. Open forum pursuant to 42-46-C, maximum 3 minutes per person. We have Mr. Grubb.
All set? Richard Grubb, Follett Street. Sorry I did not, or my printer's broken, so I'm going to have to read from my phone. I wanted to put together kind of a timeline with what's been going on about the quarry. It's obvious from an outsider's point of view, it's been way too long. I understand there's all reasons. Here we go. On February 10th, the first overlay workshop was presented by Mr. Landry on behalf of the quarry. On February 13th, he made mostly the same presentation to the planning board. There were some questions asked of him which never got answered. I brought this up before. Then on February 18th, March 3rd, March 17th, we had public hearings and at the end of the March 17th meeting, we decided to pursue peer review experts. On May 9th, the North Smithfield Town Newsletter reported that the town planner was in the process of securing our own experts. Material Sand and Stone petitioned to delay further presentation to the planning board from April 10th to June 10th. On July 21st, at a town council meeting, Mr. Gibbs reported the main cause of these delays was that it had been difficult to get appropriate people to be interested in doing the peer review. We ended up with GZA, which really had the skill set needed. And it came down to working out a scope with Material. They actually wanted an expanded scope. He didn't say who that they was. I thought it was the consultant, but maybe it was Material. And they are paying for it. Now GSA has to go through all the public testimony first, and then they're going to have opportunities for a meeting with people as well. On August 4th, at the town council meeting, Mr. Gibbs again gave an update. Originally, we had indicated we were trying for the second meeting in August. GZA will probably have their draft done by September 8th. Therefore, we are not going to be able to have this back into a public hearing until the second meeting in September. In my opinion, I think it would be prudent to advise everyone what this expanded scope turned out to be. I would also ask the town council to direct the planner or someone in his department to offer a timeline of all the tests required to decide this TD agenda issue. For instance, does the planning board still have to make a recommendation to the council? If so, when? Also, if we're going to capitulate in some way to the quarry's request for an overlay or some counteroffer for zone variance, will there be an opportunity for citizens to suggest possible stipulations? If so, all of these actions will be eating up more time while the quarry proceeds status quo. Thank you.
Thank you. Just to put on record, there's no one else in the audience to speak at public forum. Next item, discussion by council vote or other action on consent agenda. All items listed in this section are considered in one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless a councilor requests, in which event the item will be removed from the consent agenda. A, town council minutes of July 1st and August 4th of 2025, and communications, animal control monthly report, North Smithfield Fire and Rescue monthly report, North Smithfield Municipal Court monthly report, and North Smithfield Police Department monthly report for the July 2025. Would anyone like to remove anything from this consent agenda? Not
No.
hearing anything. Would anyone like to make a motion to approve these items?
I will make a motion to approve the consent agenda items as listed.
That's a motion. Is there a second? We have a motion, a second. Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Biragad.
Yes.
Mr. Christopherow.
Yes.
Mrs. O'Hara.
Yes.
Mr. Punchak.
Yes.
Ms. Alves.
Yes. The next item is discussion by council vote or other action on payment of bills. Does anyone have any questions regarding their pack?
Madam President,
Yes.
I'm just gonna find it. I saw it earlier. It was for the, we pay RITT money?
Who?
Rhode Island Traffic Tribunal. I can't find it on there. I had it on the, I look at it on the computer, but I'm trying to find it now on the hard copy. Rhode Island Traffic Tribunal?
Yeah, there's a portion of the fees that we collect that we give back to the state.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's all. Thanks.
Anyone else have anything they'd like to ask? No? Anyone like to make a motion to approve the pack of bills?
So is it two motions, 2 years?
Please.
Yes. Okay, I will make a motion to approve the payment of bills for 2024, 2025 in the amount of $23,092.80.
That's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? Roll call?
Mr. Biragad.
Yes.
Mr. Christopherow.
Yes.
Mrs. O'Hara.
Yes.
Mr. Punchak.
Yes.
Ms. Alves.
Yes.
I would like to make a motion to approve the payment of bills for 2025, 2026 in the amount of $2,742,901.40.
Now, this is where I always get confused. Is that the full amount, though, the 2,000,007?
Two separate amounts. The 2 million, the 2.7 million is for the current fiscal year, and
Okay.
the 23,000 is for the previous.
Okay. All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion?
I don't think we have a second.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Anyone like to second?
Second.
Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Biragad.
Yes.
Mr. Christopherow.
Yes.
Mrs. O'Hara.
Yes.
Mr. Punchak.
Yes.
Ms. Alves.
Yes. Old business discussion by council vote or other action on status/progress report items, material sand and stone, Pound Hill Realty, status of experts. There'll be no public comment at this time.
The lack of expediting this process has been concerning on my part. I'm sorry. We've been working through the town planner for 5 weeks, coordinating this, and a lot of things have not really come to fruition. I spoke to, one of the problems is that their lead expert, that is materials lead expert, has been on vacation, prolonged vacation for 6 weeks. He doesn't return until after Labor Day. I called Attorney Plunkett, and I explained to him that this delay is not acceptable, and I need immediate scheduling. Within 10 minutes, the town planner got a phone call from GZA, and they are We provided them all the videos a long time ago. Material has provided them a complete package immediately, and they are meeting on site the week after, the week of Labor Day. I think it's September 3rd. They're going to be meeting on site. So we're still planning on the public meeting, which is the second meeting in September of the town council. I know the solicitor is making sure that we get out and publicly re-advertise the public hearing, which we will. But we're going to be watching this closely to make sure that we are fully ready. That is, the public is fully ready to, the GZA is fully ready to present to the public at that second meeting in September. Not happy about it, but we're not in control of it. So hopefully this will come to fruition by the second meeting in September.
May I ask a question?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Administrator, what do we care if the guy's on vacation? We just want the expert to look at the video and tell us.
They're going to be making a presentation to the town council in public meeting.
Right, but who's on vacation? Is it someone from GZA or someone from Material?
No, the key expert from GZA.
Oh, from GZA?
No, I'm not. So the key expert from Material, which GZA needs to have a one-on-one conversation with as part of their fact-finding. They need to be able to meet and talk to this gentleman, and he has not been available. He's coming back after Labor Day, which is why they're looking at the meeting to happen the week after Labor Day, so it would be September 3rd. That's why there's this delay. This guy is the critical guy for Material. He's the expert, and peer review needs to talk to their expert. If you recall, when we had the public hearings, although Material had their experts, they really didn't submit anything to us. There were no professional expert reports or findings of fact, which then GZA could go through. So right now, all they've been able to go through are the videos of the public hearings and the representations made by the experts. Now they need to be able to meet one-on-one with those experts to ask any questions before they can finalize their report. So that's why. They want to make sure that they're able to touch base with that before they come back to the town council in the public hearing and present their findings.
So it was probably in Material's best interest that they have this meeting with our expert, right?
Oh, absolutely.
So why don't we tell them either you meet, we're having the meeting set, we have the date. If you don't meet with him before that, tough luck. We're having the meeting, and he's going to base his recommendation on the information that he has so far. If they want to delay, that's their
No,
loss.
we can clearly do that.
Right.
And it doesn't bother me one way or the other, and it shouldn't bother the council. I would just like to think that we have as comprehensive assessment as possible, but if the council is comfortable with our peer review going at this without the opportunity to meet with their professionals, then that's fine. Just keep in mind that GZA is working for us,
Right.
but Material's paying for the bill.
Right, so I don't want Material to turn around and say that they're not gonna pay now, not that,
That's a fear of mine.
right, because.
They're
if
not obligated to
gonna-
pay,
Yeah,
but they've agreed to pay. And we went through a lengthy process to ensure that they were comfortable.
They expanded the scope.
The only thing they expanded in the scope, and that was Material expanded the scope, is they wanted interviews. That was the expanded scope. So that scope required additional fees associated with GZA, and Material said, fine, we'll pay for that. But they're, again, they've told us they'll pay for it, but, if we all of a sudden pull back and say, we don't care, we're going ahead with our people, whether you're available or not, I'm just afraid that they might say, well, then it's on your nickel, not ours.
and it did take a while to find these experts, because we couldn't locate anyone for quite
It
some
took,
time.
in spite of what the public may understand, it took a lot of work.
Right,
Mark met with and talked to numerous people as prospects for doing the peer review. Nobody would bite on it.
yeah,
And it was only from a freak accident that, because we never looked at hiring a firm per se, we were looking at individual skills in the various areas, talking to university professors and things of that sort. Then Mark tripped across GZA and started looking at the resume and said, well, these guys are clearly qualified to do all this, talked to GZA, and GZA said, yes, we're interested in doing it. So that was fairly late in the process. I think we spent at least 2 months
Yeah.
chasing prospective experts on this for the peer review. So it was not an easy process.
Right.
We're very comfortable with GZA. Material's very comfortable with GZA in terms of their qualifications. So that's good. But we just want to make sure that GZA has the opportunity to talk to everybody that is germane to this conversation so they can make a very qualified findings in a public hearing to the town council and the public.
Are you purposely not saying which expert they can't get in contact with?
Yeah, I think his last name's Ferrara. He's the water guy, the groundwater guy. He's the one that's been out of vacation for a long time. And he is like the key guy in terms of expert. They really need to meet with him and to ask them very directed questions.
Are they meeting with the others in the meantime?
Yes.
Or- Okay, so
Yeah.
they're going to
Yeah.
circle back with him?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. As
So
long-
they're looking to actually come up that week, walk the site with material, talk to their team at that meeting, and finalize their report.
They all gonna share a glass of water?
You baiting me?
Well, let's watch material drink it, and our experts don't need to drink it.
Oh, if Mr. Ferrari is gonna be there, he's the one who said he would drink it.
All right, let's put him to the test. Okay. All right, anything else on that one, or is that it on that?
No, that's it on that one.
Okay, thank you. So as of right now, we're hopeful for
Yes.
September 25th,
Yes.
right? Okay.
And I'll talk to council, but I would suggest that we still advertise the public hearing, assuming it's in the second meeting in September. If we have to, we'll have to, punt. But you were concerned about the lapse of time and that we needed to re-advertise.
Okay.
But I'll connect with you on that.
And then we'll also reach out to the school to have it there again?
Yes,
Okay,
absolutely.
great, thank you. All right, Municipal Building Review Task Force. We had another call with the committee today. There really weren't any new updates. I wasn't unfortunately here last time when they did their formal presentation, but has there anything been, nothing really since then, right?
No, the only issue of importance was the last addendum on the RFP for construction management services. And the problem was that although we had a lot of interest in the mandatory walkthrough, there were quite a few firms that were backing away from submitting proposals simply because they didn't have the human capital in place to start a project at the end of this year. They were finishing up other projects. And they all indicated that they would be in a position at the end of the first quarter of 2026 to start a project. So there was conversations with David and the council president, and we agreed that it made sense to provide the addendum to give the extension for the project to start in the end of the, and I'm sorry, the chief was a part of that conversation, to start the end of the first quarter 2026 with a 12-month construction schedule. At the worst, it's extending this by 4 months. A couple of the larger firms indicated that they didn't need 12 months to do this project. They could do it in 10 months. So it was a fairly small impact. I think there was a consensus that the additional competition in the proposal process was important in terms of making sure this was a transparent and competitive project. That's the only really significant thing at this point.
That addendum, did it extend the bid due date? I don't
Yes, it
recall.
did.
The one that went out Friday?
I believe it did extend it, yes.
There's another walkthrough tomorrow as well.
What's that?
There's another walkthrough.
Okay, yeah, there is another walkthrough coming up. And it may not have extended the deadline for the submittal, but it was the deadline for the commencement of construction. That was the issue. We still are
So
dealing with the same deadline for a
Bids are
proposal.
still due
That is correct.
Monday, I think, or
Yeah.
Friday or Monday?
I think it's Friday.
This Friday.
Yeah.
This Friday or
Oh,
next
no,
week?
No,
It's in the 20, it's.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm pretty sure it's this
Okay.
Friday, yeah. It was
No, that has not been changed.
May I ask a
Okay.
question? Tony, how much money is left from that 2000 and, was it 2016 bond for the police station?
I have to look, I have to pull it.
But that's what we're still working off of, right?
You were working for, so the funds for most of this is being pulled from the, if I'm not mistaken, from the $1 million that we've been using?
There's the million, and
Yeah.
then there's some of the funds left from that other one, and then,
That's what I've been invoicing everything to, is the $1 million, just so we can use it, because
Yeah.
they're on me all the time about requesting us to use the money. They're constantly asking me, you know, what's the status, what's that,
For the 2016 bond, you mean?
for the $1 million,
for the $1 million.
Okay, the grant,
Yeah.
the grant.
okay.
Yeah.
And then we have that grant too for the HVAC and stuff, right?
Oh, yeah, right. Mhm.
That was what, 28 or 128?
It was 120-something.
Yeah.
I don't know the expiration of that.
Yeah, I don't think we've.
But that's for all the HVAC and stuff, and so when we get to that point, right?
I don't think it will do all of it.
No, I'm saying that it's going towards
Yeah, I don't
that
know if it's
piece.
the energy improvement or new installation. I didn't do the grant, so I don't know.
Yeah, so we have a few things out there, and then we're hoping on that ammo grant, that was what, 500, but we.
That's 500,000, which we had to resubmit,
Yep,
which would not, we won't get clarity on that until late this quarter.
yeah.
Or late, I'm sorry, fourth quarter.
And then we have to see what we want to take from the reserve.
Right.
That's what I'm getting at. So, would it be possible to find out what we have for the, you know, left over the 2016 bond? And then whatever the pools of money that we have, can we get an update as to what we have?
Yeah, I can provide that to the council.
All right, when you get a chance.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Madam President, I have two clarifying questions, and maybe this is just because I don't completely understand the bid process yet. But it's my understanding that we had, I believe, a number of firms bid. 10 did the walkthrough, only 8 intended to move forward, so 2 dropped off. Now it sounds like there's been an addendum to the RFP, RFQ, whichever it is, essentially allowing new firms to potentially bid?
No,
Is that-
the same
okay.
firms.
Bids never came in initially,
Okay,
Yeah.
so
These are part of the original firms that expressed interest in doing the project.
Okay.
My understanding, it was only 3 hard firms that were actually, at this point, going to be submitting.
okay.
And that's concerns us.
Okay, and so I recall our last meeting, I forget the gentleman's name.
Brian?
Brian mentioned that these firms would also be working on essentially an estimate of whatever the construction
Yeah.
could potentially cost.
What the firms are doing is originally, we were, and correct me if I'm wrong, Council President David, but I think we were requiring the cost estimation as part of the proposal process. And then what we were hearing, which does not surprise me, is that the firms are basically saying, you know, given the level of interest, we're talking about 80 hours of construction estimation.
Right.
You know, we don't think we can do that or are going to do that. We dialed that back and said, we want you to acknowledge the budget, which was the $6 million, to at least acknowledge that. We'll pick the successful CM, and then you're going to put together a construction estimate.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is that still tracking even though we've,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing that we're talking about, based on the issues I just raised, is that when construction would have to commence. So construction was originally commencing in late fourth quarter.
Right,
Now it's late first quarter of 2026.
right.
Yeah.
So our last meeting, we had said that construction was still on track for Q4. Now it's been,
It is, because after that presentation, this issue surfaced.
okay.
Yeah.
So now it's Q1.
Yes.
Okay.
But then with the understanding that these other companies may not need the full time.
That's correct.
yet, So
Yeah.
it may still end on time.
Okay.
Or on what
Or
we're talking
close
about,
to it.
yeah,
Yeah.
potentially.
And then to John's point, questioning the bonds and potential expiration dates of some of these grants, are we are we still within essentially the allowable timelines for these grants, or do we run any risk of potentially not having grant money because our timeline keeps moving further and further down the road?
I'm not exactly sure about the time expiration of the grants as of right now, but once at the next meeting, I can provide the breakdown and the dates.
Yeah, I think that would be helpful.
Yeah.
But I don't think we're at risk of losing any of the
Yeah,
funds that were
nothing-
previously identified for this project in terms of grants.
Yeah,
Okay.
nothing's given me that morning, but I can get actual dates.
Yeah, I think just an overview would be
Yeah.
helpful.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Any other questions? No? Discussion by council vote or other action on approval of town council rules of order, draft 5/5/25. Anyone have any other changes, or is there anything else that we want to talk about before we approve these revised rules?
Is it just the two?
Pretty much. I don't think we made many changes at all. I know in paragraph 17 and then the one in 26. I don't believe that was it, right? The only ones highlighted. Yeah.
Was this the same conversation where there was like an asterisk and other
Well,
words
there's
changed?
this one that's,
so-
yes, highlighted in red, yeah. That
No,
it says the president may modify the order of business on the agenda when necessary to serve time or expense, but we do that anyway. We
Mhm.
don't take any votes, we just do it
I think it's
according
on
to.
here though, right?
Yeah, it was somewhere else.
It's already else on here.
Yeah, so that was in,
Okay.
14. Because we do move it up depending if we have any
Yeah.
experts or if there's people that are here, on their time and stuff. So anyone have any other questions or suggestions, or ready to move to approve?
I'm good with it.
Same.
So,
Madam President, could you just clarify for the record, is it just item, it's only a modification of paragraph 17 and a modification of paragraph
26,
26, is that correct?
that's correct, yeah. Okay, anyone want to make a motion to approve these revised minutes as of May 5th, 2025?
I will make a motion to approve the modified rules of order of the town council, town of North Smithfield.
second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Biragad.
Yes.
Mr. Christopherow.
Yes.
Mrs. O'Hara. Mr. Punchak.
Yes.
Ms. Alves.
Yes. New business, discussion by council vote or other action on communications from town administrator, Mr. Gibbs. Grants?
Yeah, the only thing to report on grants is that, well, there's two things. One, I didn't include in the package the summary table that I usually provide. On that summary table was a congressional appropriation request through Senator Whitehouse's office for $300,000 for water exploration. That request was not included in the senator's final package to Congress. We also, though, I should say we, the superintendent of water, included a companion request for funding for the same thing in the same amount through Rhode Island Site Ready, and that was approved. So we didn't get the Senate appropriation, congressional appropriation, but we are getting the Site Ready program. The second one is that I had identified in that table anticipated funding program through the Department of Environmental Management for recreation. We have received formal notice on that with a deadline of October 28th. So we will be preparing a funding application for play equipment at Pacheco Park. That's the same equipment that we had the previous conversation about that's falling apart, and we're worried that the interlocal trust is going to shut us down. We are working, I should say the planner is working with a playground equipment designer and provider of equipment who he's worked with previously, both here as well as in Warwick, who has provided in the past pro bono services. So she's working with us, hopefully, she hasn't confirmed yet, but I feel confident, coming up with a preliminary budget and scope of equipment. Remember also, this has to be ADA compliant playground, which is a challenge, meaning that it's not just putting play equipment in there, it's also redoing the entire ground. Access to the play equipment. It's not going to be, wood chips or anything like that because it requires nonstop maintenance. It will be more of the rubberized surface. So it's a relatively expensive process. But we're just starting to scope that out now, but we will be putting something together for the 28th, but I'll circle back with the council as these plans materialize a little bit more to sort of give you an outline of what we're suggesting. That's the only changes. And the funds require match.
Okay.
So we do have some of the money through the capital, for the asset reserves that we can use to pledge on this project.
Do we know how much the match would be? Is it?
I'm still working to what's the funding category that we could have. They have 3 different funding categories in terms of size. So I'm trying to figure out where we fit in based on the conversations with this playground planner. And then I'll be able to figure out what the match requirement's going to be. It's typically, I don't even want to say, but when we come back to the council, we'll be more clear on that.
Thank you.
Madam President?
Mhm.
Do we have a fully executed contract with the
Yes,
grant
we do.
writer yet?
Yep,
Excellent.
within the budget as approved by the council.
Thank you.
Yep.
So is that it?
On the grants, on the Route 146, received the draft feasibility report early last week. Actually, it was the previous Friday. I've gone through it. The town planner went through it. We then talked about it jointly. There were several questions that we had we needed to have clarification on. There were some methodology issues that we're questioning a little bit on, and some wording that we didn't like. I have a conference call with the project lead tomorrow, and then we have a conference call with the planner and myself and the entire consulting team on Thursday. So we should be finalized at that point, and we should have the final report in by a week from this Friday.
Okay. Any questions? Good.
I think my only request would be, once you do have that finalized report, could we include it as an agenda item? So
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
Discussion by council vote or other action on award of bid for North Smithfield Police Department server upgrade project. Chief Lafferty.
Good evening.
Good evening.
The reason why I'm here in front of you today is I had applied for Rhode Island Emergency Management Agency grant, which was awarded to us, the police department, on September 1st, 2024, for a server upgrade for cybersecurity. It's in the amount of $20,509.00. The winning bid, it was put out to bid, the winning bid was from Apex Incorporated, which they'll complete the upgrades to the existing North Smithfield Police Department servers from the Windows Server 2012 to Windows Server 2022, which has 8 virtual servers. I just need the council's permission to enter into the service agreement and contract for them to do the work. It's 100% payable by the grant. There's no added charge or percentage. And it expires June 30th, 2026.
Chief, is this the same thing that the fire department went through?
Yes.
Okay.
All the states, all the towns and cities in the state were afforded this grant to apply, and we've applied for it and received it. There was some dragging on from when it was first applied with communications back and forth between FEMA and Homeland Security and Rhode Island Management. So it's here, and we're ready to move forward with it.
So this one, we obviously pay up front and then we get reimbursed.
Yes, and I had already put in to the, under capital to pay for it, under the 24-25 budget, but we haven't spent it yet, so it's in reserve, I believe, and once we spend that, we'll get reimbursed.
Okay, great.
How much is the grant for?
$20,509 and no cents.
So this 20,616 is not really the full price though, because it says that they require travel and incidental expenses will be billed separately. Sales tax and or shipping charges have not been included. Do you have so whatever that cost is gonna come out of your pocket?
No, it should be the cost of the grant.
But if the grant's $20,599, the quote's $20,616, and it doesn't include those things, how is that stuff getting paid for?
I don't have that project quote in front of me. I have $20,509. I don't know what that is.
I got $20,616, and the approvals just indicate, please note, sales tax and or shipping charges have not been included and will be charged in the final price if applicable. And required travel and incidental expenses will be billed separately with prior approval of the North Smithfield Police Department. So there's the potential that there's gonna be additional costs not covered by the grant.
Yeah, may have, but I don't have that in front of me. I have the one that originally was given to me for signage.
When the fire department did theirs, there weren't any extra costs. Because
Because they're
they use
local.
the same, police and fire, they use Apex.
Mhm.
Apex is already their IT service, so it made sense for them to do their server upgrade. So there really shouldn't be any extra costs outside of the scope of this bid than what they're showing here.
Or minimal.
And, yeah, if any, there'd be minimal, it'd be part of, some of it would, if any, would be absorbed by the contract that they have with Apex.
I mean, but David brings up a good point. If we have numbers that are different than the chief's, do we have the most up-to-date contract in front of us?
I'm not sure what the chief has, but this, under the project pricing, that's what they provided as the bid. That's what
Okay.
we received in person for the bid. That 20,616. That's what you received as the bid.
It sounded like the chief had a different price.
Well, this grant's been out there for a long time. It
He was probably pulling from the budget, yeah, from prior, when he had budgeted for it originally.
And this Apex is in Cranston? Is that,
Oh, yeah.
so they're local, right? So it's not like they're, okay.
Yeah, them and ours.
Yeah,
were
they actually
local.
provide the IT service for the police department. They have been for the past 5 years.
Okay, so we're not paying for any, like, bar
No.
travel or anything? Okay.
We would have usually just gone through and chose Apex through sole source, but the state required us to have to go out to bid, put it in the newspaper, the whole thing.
Okay, would anyone like to make a motion?
I will make a motion to approve the award of server upgrade for the police department to Apex Technology Group. And I assume the chief is signing this on behalf of the town, and authorize the chief to sign on behalf of the police department.
I think the administrator.
I would request that that authorization be given to the administrator. I'm trying to focus all the signatures through my office so that we can make sure that we have our documentation and everything. Nothing against the chief.
No, it should be you.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Authorize the town administrator to sign on behalf of the police department.
That's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Biragad.
Yes.
Mr. Christopherow.
Yes.
Mrs. O'Hara. Mr. Punchak.
Yes.
Ms. Alves.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
chief.
Chief, can you just stay for after meeting for like 2 minutes?
Yes.
Thank you. Discussion about council vote or other action on appointment to town boards and commissions, appointment by town administrator. The Personnel Board, appointment for a 2-year term ending in 11/30/2025.
I saw this on the agenda, and I did not know what was on the agenda. or who my appointment even is.
We do have, did you have the application?
I do not have the application on me, no.
Do you want to look at it?
Sure.
You got it?
It's good to me.
Yeah,
HR experience, I'm fine with that.
yeah, okay. All right, so did you want to make the appointment?
Sure. I'd like to make a motion to appoint Michelle Dobson of 154 Iron Mine Hill Road to the Town of North Smithfield's Personnel Board.
Okay, and we don't have to approve it, okay.
I don't see a reference. Usually the
So, question,
references.
it says the term ends 11/30/2025 on the agenda.
Yeah,
Is that right?
yeah, because it's probably finishing the term of someone else,
This appointment is with Town Council approval.
It is.
Yeah.
but she's finishing out someone else's term. I think should it be 26?
I didn't know. Usually it says it's like being completion of a term as opposed to just.
Completion of completion of a 2-year term that ends in this November.
Okay.
And then they'll be reappointed again in November for another 2-year term.
Okay, thank you.
Okay,
And this
sorry to
is with
interrupt.
town council approval?
Yes.
Okay. Anyone like to make a motion to approve the appointment of Michelle Dobson to the Personnel Board?
I will make a motion to approve the appointment of Michelle Dobson to the Personnel Board for a term ending November 30th, 2025.
That's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Biragad.
Yes.
Mr. Christopherow.
Yes.
Mrs. O'Hara.
Yes.
Mr. Punchak.
Yes.
Ms. Alves.
Yes. Open forum pursuant to 42-46-6, maximum of 3 minutes per person. Does anyone want to speak in the open forum?
All eyes on you.
Mr. Grubb, do you want to speak? So I don't have to ask 3 times. Okay. All right. So with that said, I'd like to make a motion to adjourn the meeting. All in favor, say aye.
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 Meeting adjourned.